Hi my loves, welcome back to another video. Today's video is super exciting. I love that my makeup came out. I really haven't done like full glam like this in a minute. So I also like fully went out and like did my hair with like pin curls and it looks so beautiful. So yeah, you'll see my hair in pin curls in a second coming up in this next clip. But today we're doing a prom makeup tutorial. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I tried to like make it easy and give you guys some tips and just like take you through what I would do if I was getting ready for prom. But now I'm 25 and I'm not. So hopefully you guys can follow along with this video if that's what you're doing, or if you just really like this look, then if you feel free to recreate it. But I hope you guys enjoyed this look and let's get into it. Okay you guys, so jumping in with clean skin. I did use a couple primers already and I realized that like this is probably not the best time for me to try new things, but because I'm not actually going to prom, I was trying something. So I noticed that these two products don't work super well together. So I have this on my forehead and you can see that my forehead looks a little glowy, and I really love this product and I really wanted to use it because whenever you're taking prom pictures, especially if it's like early in the day, there's a lot of sun, but this is not the time to use this SPF. I would just use the e.l.f. SPF, like, hey, what's it called? Their Holy Hydration SPF, like face cream. I would use that. But right now I'm just gonna go with the e.l.f. Power Grip. So I'm gonna do a couple pumps. I really like this product specifically for my cheeks for some reason. Okay, so as much as I'm like dying to try this new foundation from KVD, I don't know if today's the best day to do it, but like it is killing me to try it, but I'm gonna save it for another video. I am gonna go with an oldie but a goodie, and literally probably the foundation that I wore to my prom. It is the Fit Me Matte and Poreless. This foundation is not too matte, okay? I wanna make that very, very clear. I'm gonna go with the shade 128 Warm Nude, and I'm gonna use this on a beauty blender, like a beauty sponge. It's damp. The reason I love this foundation is because first of all, it is so affordable. It's probably like if I had to choose one foundation for like the rest of my life, it might be this one because I've used it so much and like loved it for so long. This is like my like high school holy grail. So and now they make it in like different packaging, which is amazing. Most people would do their eyes first, but I have never been one to be like, let me do my eyes first, unless I'm using like black eyeshadow with something with a bunch of fallout. I've always just been like pretty good about it, and I always set my face really well before, and that's how I get away with not doing that. But of course, do whatever makes you feel comfortable. If you feel like you're gonna do a really like bold eyeshadow look and you know, you wanna make sure that you don't have any fallout or anything on your face, then do that first. This is just what works for me. Makeup is very much like customizable to whatever you need. And look at this match for me. Okay, you guys, like, do you see this match? This is the shade 128 Warm Nude. Killer match. Also, this is great for brides. And like, honestly, just like, don't knock it because it's such an affordable foundation, because literally, that means nothing. Good makeup does not have to be expensive, and this is gonna be forever a holy grail. Okay, so I think that looks amazing. Next up, I'm gonna go with the e.l.f. Halo Glow Beauty Wands. I actually did a review on these in Spanish. I knew that there was a bunch of English videos made about them already, so I was like, let me do this video in Spanish. Newsflash, I love them. I think they're so good, so amazing for the price. They're $9. They're super great. I cannot get enough. They are my new holy grail product a little bit, and they deservingly go viral, you know? I feel like I could go a shade up in this, but I like to be pretty heavy-handed and I like to start slow. Like right now I didn't take out more product, you just see a lot more dots, if that makes sense. I didn't actually like squeeze out more product. But yeah, I just like to go little by little with this, with anything really. I like to go kind of slow and build it up rather than just apply way too much all at once. And this is a product that you can control the amount of product that you're using really well. I am going to go in with a powder bronzer after this, so just heads up. But I really like to layer my products because I feel like it gives me way more durability in my makeup. It makes everything last so much longer and makes everything look more seamless. So also I have the shade Light Medium in the contour wand, and this one doesn't have any shimmer, but it is like really glowy and beautiful, if that makes sense. And one thing that is like my biggest tip is to, if you're a beginner in makeup, is first to practice and do a trial and like, you know, figure out what you like and make sure that the products work for you. And if you're not a beginner and you're somebody like me who just like loves makeup and does it all the time, just make sure to have a lot of time. You want to have so much time that it sounds ridiculous. You want to make sure that you're not rushing, that if for some reason you need to take it off and start over, God forbid, you can, you know? So I'm going to go with the e.l.f. Halo wand. This is their blush wand. This is the darkest shade that they have. And so I'm going to be kind of going sparingly with it. I have mine in the shade Very Radiant. It's a really beautiful color. It kind of reminds me of NARS's Orgasm blush. And then I'm going to go in with the same beauty ones from e.l.f., but this is their highlighting one. I actually really like this product. I feel like it goes really well under your makeup, or like under your powder and over powder. So you can do it at this step where like you could see I still have creams on my face, or you could go in with it once you've set your face. Next, I'm going to go with a classic. This is Tarte Shape Tape. I have mine in the shade 22N, which is neutral, and I'm going to apply this under my eyes. You can see I'm not dipping back in for more product. I'm just kind of spreading it out, just so the one dip on my face, on my under eyes, and then I'm going to spread that out with my beauty sponge, and that's how I'm going to highlight the other parts of my face that I want concealed and or highlighted. And I'm looking up to make sure that I can set my face without any like extra creasing under the eyes. And I'm going to go in with the Peach Perfect powder from Too Faced. I believe this is discontinued, but it's a really good powder, and I still have mine. And next up, I'm going to go with the Jaclyn Cosmetics highlighter, like luminous powder. It's like a setting powder. It's in the shade Carats. It's not too like highlighty, but all over the face, it's a really nice kind of like glowy setting powder. Okay, you guys, so I have set my face really well. Right now what I'm going to do is, I love this powder from e.l.f. It is so high-end comparable, literally insane. I have this shade Light 240W, and I'm going to take this on a powder puff. I get these off of Amazon, and it's been a minute since I've done this, but I like to kind of clean up right here under my bronzer tan situation and just get like a really snatched jawline. In this case, it's also going to help cover that blemish. And it's almost like if I was baking, but I just feel like this adds coverage here, which is super nice. Okay, so I think that this is a really great drugstore option. I love this for my nose contour, but I also really love this one. This one's a little bit more cool tone, and they have a lot of shades, but I love the Juvia's Place bronzer. This one's in the shade medium. It comes with two. It's $18. This is also pretty expensive. I think it's like $12. So like for two, you know, this is good price, honestly, for two of them. I did start to set my forehead with this, but I do feel like it's a little bit light. I'm going to leave this on my forehead alone. Oh, you can't even see my forehead. Oh my gosh. So that's how I have it there. I'm going to do my nose contour with this. Also, I like to do all of the powder products, set my face really well, and then go in with anything that'll be like remotely shimmery, whether that is a shimmery bronzer or a highlighter, or all that stuff comes after I've set my face. Yeah, this is a really, really great bronzer. Honestly, I'm sure you guys have heard of it. Holy Grail. It won awards, as they say. I have mine in the shade Bronzer, which I think is just like the original shade. And I'm going to take my powder brush, which I love this guy. It's so funny because this is really just like a Real Techniques. This is their mini medium blush brush. And I love this brush so much for powder. It's like just small enough but just fluffy enough. I actually carry this in my purse a lot of the time, and now I'm going to use this to disperse the e.l.f. powder that I put there. I'm going to go with these two. I like to just mix them because I feel like that's what gives me like the good, like the best color. I like to go in with some like soft blushes, and by that I mean like nothing that's too glittery. I like these two from the Cheek Leader Bronze Squad palette from Benefit. And I take them on a duo fiber brush like this. I'm going to go in with the shade Gold Rush from Benefit. I'm pretty sure they sell this on its own as well. But the reason I do this is because it gives me like a really good transition from my bronzer to my highlight. Okay, now I'm going to profusely set my face. The first one I'm going to go in with is the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. This is a Holy Grail OG, absolutely great. And then after I do this, I'm going to go in with some highlighter. I'm going to go in with the Jaclyn Cosmetics highlighter in the shade Flurries. This was in this limited edition from her Valentine's Day collection, but basically I just like a champagne gold kind of highlighter. Let me swatch this one for you guys so you kind of get an idea of what it looks like. See? It's got like just a little bit of rose gold champagne. It's just a little warm, not too gold, not too silver. Closest thing that I have found to that I think is actually a dupe for it is the Wet n Wild Mega Glow highlighting powder in the shade Precious Petals. I have used and abused this, obviously, so I do love it. This is like my third one maybe that I have owned. And I'm gonna have both my sponge and my fan on deck so that I can spray, set, fan, everything. Also, a great tip if you're taking your prom pictures and it's really hot, get one of these little fans. They're great for your makeup. I normally use this every day or every time I do my makeup, but I also use it when I go on vacation to really hot places. Like when I go to Colombia, I take this with me. If I'm going to the beach, if I'm going to the park, if I'm going to like a football or baseball game, something like that, this is great. It has a really long life charge, so I will link that in the description below for you guys as well. And you can see I was kind of covering the front of my hair just to like not mess it up. Okay, so I'm gonna use this highlighter that I was talking about from Jaclyn Cosmetics to highlight the nose. I like to use just like a really precise little pencil brush. This is like my all the time routine for that. And with the same highlighter, I'm gonna go ahead and highlight my chin, my cheeks. Later, I'm gonna go in with one of my favorite like high-end highlighters. This one's from Jefree Star. It's in the shade Wet Dream. This is their Supreme Frost one, and this is like a really pretty like champagne gold, but it has these like beautiful flecks of glitter in it. It is just like super like bam, and I like to apply that with a sponge. Okay, you guys, first thing I'm gonna do is take my bronzer and run it in my crease to create a transition shade. You can use the whatever bronzer you're using on your face. I like this one that I have been using forever. It's a Morphe one. This is their Glamour bronzer, but use whatever you have, whatever you use on your face. And I am using this to just kind of start blending out my crease a little bit. I saw somebody do a prom makeup look to a similar effect, but she was wearing a black dress as her prom dress. But so I would love to keep this neutral and bronzy because I feel like that's something that a lot of people are probably going to be able to use regardless of their dress. That's something like natural is just like very much the definition of like what a lot of people want on a nice occasion. So I'm going to go with the shade Passion first, which is this one right here. And that is going to be my crease shade. I'm still kind of on a palette no buy. This is the last palette that I bought. And let me tell you guys, this is one that like I really thought like I didn't need, and then I saw it in store, was like, shut up, look at how beautiful it is. Look at how beautiful. I was like, okay, no, that needs to be owned by me. I don't normally like love buying high-end eyeshadows, but when I saw this Tarte palette, I was like, just add to cart. Come on, you need to come home with me. So good. Okay, next up I'm gonna go in with the shade Alluring. I love that this palette has really nice browns, and honestly I'm here for all the neutrals in it. It's got some really nice rose gold pops of color. It's got really great shades in here, and that's a really great everyday palette too. I'm basically just going to take this. This is a Morphe M506 brush, and it's like my favorite really small like fluffy blending brush, and I'm using this to pack on the product on the outer corner. I want to create an elevated look without doing like an actual wing. I'm gonna go back in with that shade Passion and kind of fill in this gap right here. Okay, you guys, so now I'm gonna do my under eye really quick. I'm gonna go with the shade Passion that I used above the eye. My mom actually called me, so I was on the phone with her, and I decided to do one eye off camera. I'm just running this on the lower crease. And then with a little flat angled brush, I'm gonna go in with the shade Alluring, which is the darker brown. And I'm just gonna put it on the like outer third of the eye. And really at this point, I'm just going to build up the brown on the outer crease. So now I'm going to take my concealer shade, and I love this brush. You can actually purchase it from Ulta. It's pretty affordable. This is like my trick to a cut crease. This is the Ulta Beauty Flat Concealer Brush. I'm going to take some of the concealer from the side of my concealer, and I'm going to place it on the back of my hand and kind of pat it down flat. And then when I have it nice and flat like this is when I'm going to cut my crease. Now I'm going to take the shade, I have not used this except for this is my first time using it, this like champagne gold shade right here. It's the shade Wild at Heart, and I'm going to pick this up with my finger and pat it all over my lid. This shade is so pigmented and so stunning. This palette has some of the best shimmers that I have seen in any palette in like a ridiculously long time. And then for the like closer to the crease part that I can't really get with my finger, I'm going to take a flat brush like this. On the outer third a little bit, I'm going to go with the shade Heartbreaking, which is just like a little bit of a darker gold, just to kind of like mix that into the brown. Now you guys, I know they I know they sell I know they sell a champagne shade of these e.l.f. Eye glitters, but I don't have it. So what I'm gonna do is first I lined it with gold and then I went with silver over top. I'm using the Morphe from the Vegan Pro series. This is the V305, and I'm gonna take a little bit of the gold and line the gold. You see the little line I have right here? That's basically what I'm doing. I go with the gold first. Then I'm gonna cap the gold and go straight into the silver. If you like it just the gold by itself and you don't want it to look so champagne-y, you can leave it with just the gold. I'm gonna go with a little bit, and I take it straight from here and I just like pick it up with this brush. And mixing these two gives me more of a champagne shade. Next, I'm gonna go in with the Kiss lashes in the shade Jubilee. I like these because you can still really see the inner corner, and I don't want to have like too dark of lashes. Lately, that's just not been what I've been loving, so that's what I've been doing. I'm gonna go in with the Kiss lash adhesive, but I'm gonna go in with the one that is waterproof and black. This is my favorite. It's such a holy grail product for me. This is it has like it says 24-hour flexible hold on it. Like, this really does come off until literally I take it off. I've probably maybe not tested the 24 hours, but probably a solid, like, I don't know, a long time. Like, I've gone out, like, literally one time I did not take my makeup off after I went out clubbing, and these were still on the next morning. Okay, perfect, to the point where literally I was like, we were gonna go get breakfast, I took off all my face makeup, washed my face, and left my lashes on. Okay, like, they're not playing when they say that. And then for the bottom eyeliner, I'm going to use the LA Colors gel eyeliner in the shade Rose Gold Shimmer, and I'm going to just line this. And that's just like a fun little addition, like when you kind of look a certain way you can really see it. I'm going to go in with the Essence Lash Princess Mascara. They also make a waterproof version of this. For my inner corner highlight, I like to use the same brush that I used for my face, and I'm going to use the Jefree Star Highlighter that I was talking about earlier, and I'm going to pop this on the inner corner. It's just a super bright, like, you see how blinding that is? It's so beautiful in the inner corner. And I'm going to take this on my sponge, and I'm going to flip the sponge over, pick up some of this, and apply it on the cheekbones. That actually got away from me. It was not supposed to come so low, but that's what happened. So I'm going to clean that up with some blush. I like to apply the blush after this anyway, so it works. So I'm going to go with the Almar Cosmetics blush in the shade Hermosa Rosa. This one is like kind of got like a sheen to it, super pretty. So I'm gonna go with this blush. I like to like pucker up my smile, and this is my favorite blush. I don't know if it's still available, but this was from the Morphe Gilded collection, and I love this shape of the brush. I feel like it cups my cheek so perfectly, and I like to just like push it up into my cheek. Next, I'm going to go with the e.l.f. O Face lipstick in the shade No Doubt. These are so nice. First of all, they have a magnetic snap closure. Like, come on, e.l.f. That is a high end right there. The packaging is like soft matte packaging, super nice. And this shade is to die for. It is such a dupe for the Fenty Beauty shade Pose Girl. They're so similar. Obviously, like, Fenty has very luxurious packaging and is really beautiful, but tell me that is not super similar. I've swatched them literally side by side on my lips, and they both always perform super beautifully, so that's nice. So you could leave it like this. It's like a really nice brownie nude situation. I'm gonna top her with a gloss because that is what I'm a gloss girl. Like, eso no se me quita nunca. So I'm gonna go with the ColourPop So Juicy Gloss in the shade Partly Rowdy. Oh my god, I just noticed I didn't close it all the way and there's like an explosion of gloss, but that's fine. Oh god, okay. I'm gonna pick it up with my finger. There's a lot of it. Oh my goodness. Okay. Note to self, always close these correctly. That is so pretty. Okay, I'm gonna set my face really quick. I am gonna use, because I want this to last a really long time, Revolution Conceal and Define Infinite. This is a 16-hour wear mattifying long wear makeup fixing spray. This is gonna go all over the face. Okay, you guys, so this is the finished look. I did those pin curls and I have not done my hair like that in such a long time, and I did a bunch of hairspray because I really wanted it to last, and I love the way it came out. I also feel like this is a really beautiful look if I wanted to leave this centerpiece out and pick up the rest. I feel like it would look so stunning, so I might do that later, but really happy with the results and really happy with the way the look came out. I really hope you guys enjoyed it and that you found this helpful. If you recreate this look or anything, just reach out. I'd love to hear from you guys. I always think it's like the sweetest thing ever. So I hope you guys have a beautiful prom season. Happy the beginning of summer, because summer is literally my time to shine. None of the other months I thrive the same. I'm just telling you right now. So I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye guys.